optimizations are done by various portals in order to arrive, in order to gauge, particularly the market with respect to certain sources, and those sources come from the corporate and from the stock market purpose particularly. Now, why do I use this data sanitization in cloud environment? That sanitization part is basically withdrawal of all that information one has uploaded onto cloud interface. Now, it so happens that at times the anything hedge funds would be uploading their set of information onto such cloud interface particularly, whosoever is the provider. It so happens ultimately that certain set of data which tend to be withdrawn are the ones which are classified, and that classified data is the one which does not bear any essence for the purposes of any ongoing research. The declassified data is rarely available, and it's very difficult for a layman, for somebody who is still started into this field, to classify between, to differentiate or segregate between what is classified data and what is declassified data. Now, before that, I would really come down to virtualization and resource sharing, and the purpose of cloud computing, which is also known as utility computing or in IT on demand. The service models are NIST, that is National Institute of Standards and Technology, being issued by the Ministry of IT India. SaaS is software and service, Salesforce.com, basically a kind of software or portal which has been provided to the user, to the customer, by the client, in order to use that as a basis for retrieving and uploading of the information and the data. Platform as a service, which is Google applications basically, and infrastructure as a service, Amazon Web Services is an example. Infrastructure as a service is the one which I have been using for my own research. The taxonomy of cloud computing in this part, the taxonomy contains the open standards and the cloud applications. The cloud applications and the service creations are basically the parts and participles of the particular infrastructure which an IaaS would be providing. The service publishing and service analytics are the outcomes of it. This is the kind of basis and the kind of caricature in which the entire processing is done. It starts from the right hand side and ends up with the left hand side of the entire caricature. Next is hosting versus the cloud computing. Initially web hosting has been done, but then web hosting has been withdrawn. These days if you log into Gmail, you're being provided with a certain set, certain parametric set, which say that we can upload the data or download the data from there, which is a common form of data sharing platform. And again, this hosting or web hosting, how cloud computing important. All the green portion, all that has been shown in green is something which is readily available under cloud computing. The red is all which is not available under web hosting. Yellow becomes one critical area, which is here in case of the self-service. This becomes a critical area for web hosting. The self-service has been the one which becomes the ultimate reason why retrieval of information becomes so difficult as far as web hosting is concerned. There are certain security issues of concerns, particularly the privileged user access, the inquiry about who ultimately has the access to the data. Then coming down to the data location, ask if the provider allows for any control over the location of the data. Data segregation, make sure the encryption is available. Recovery, finding out what happens to the data in case of a disaster. Disaster particularly, of the one 2K3 or 2K7. Then investigative support, inquire whether a vendor has the ability to investigate any inappropriate illegal activity. And the viability concern, the company goes out of business at all. Next is, we come down to certain terms which are important. This is data lineage becomes the hierarchy. Data lineage is the protocol which is done right across all the layers of information sharing. Data provenance, the origin from the origin of the data. If it comes from Google and it belongs to Google only. Data remnants, the residue of the data. If it belongs to Google, it has to go back to Google. Nobody else has the right to ultimately use it ever. Next is the point of focus on all the security issues. The data security lifecycle, before I come down to the security issues finally, let me discuss what data security lifecycle would initiate from. It starts from creation, that is classifying and aligning the rights, then storing, uses, sharing, which is CMP and DLP, which belongs to encryption part, the logical controls and application security. Application security, which is a critical feature of Google Apps these days. Archiving, particularly for asset management, let the data not be used by log into supposing online shopping, for example, it's Snapdeal. You have logged into Snapdeal, but the next moment or next day, you start getting emails from Flipkart also, or several other online shopping portals. How does it happen? Because the leakage of the data. Ultimately, when you sign in the security, when you log in, you sign in the security agreements also. Once those security agreements signed in, it becomes a contract between yourself and the vendor that none of your information shall be shared by anyone. But it so happens ultimately that the information gets leaked out, and that leakage of the information is because of the unencrypted password which was being used earlier. The encryption ensures that the customer, that is me, as well as the vendor, the portal which I'm using, goes up with the encryption part, and both of these have to confirm with the entire focus of the platform as a service basically. Coming on to the next is, there are initialization procedures. This flowchart shows the procedure through which we can actually initiate with the encrypting of the password. Enter half key is 8 characters for the customer, 8 characters for the vendor. Mixing over the keys is done by the vendor itself, not the customer at all. If the key matches, if yes, start the selected standardization procedure when the entire data gets wiped out. And if it doesn't match, terminate the procedure and report to the customer. An email and a message is instantly generated to wipe out any kind of occurrences or misuse of the data. Let us come down to data standardization methods. OS file deletion. Average time for 100 GB is a few minutes. Security is low. Delete just the pointers. The pointers of the data are deleted, but then the data files are not at all deleted. That means they can be recovered through any recovery software. Any means any recovery software. I've been using certain recovery software, and they have been quite less common in case of online OS file deletion. Let us come down to block override up to half a day, which is minimum. Erases obsolete. One need to verify, might not erase a reassigned block. The reassigned block is the block where overlapping of the data also occurs. Let us come down to next 880 secure erase. This is again actually single standard technology. Ministry of Information Technology here in India. It takes an average of 3 hours to delete 100 GB of data, the security is high. Perform in-drive erase all users accessible blocks. And lastly, physical magnetic destruction. The magnetic destruction is not breaking of the CD, it's circulating the magnetic destruction. The magnetic keeps the erase altogether. Takes 2 to 3 hours, the highest, and requires top secret data are gone. Thank you. Any questions?
Good.
More than questions, I'd like to seek inputs from yourself. This kind of research is still going on. I mean, I still have to go ahead with my own research, you said. But then this kind of encryption is something which is yet to be done. There are certain models which are existing, but these kind of encryption will have the portion of the entire research and analysis has to be done. In case you want a copy of my research, my kind of model, you can always have my email and give your inputs upon it. I'd like to welcome all the inputs, all the kind of things that you may like to